Good morning. So this morning we came out. One of our customers was having a heating problem in their offices. So we came out to check it out. I just got up on the roof. I just made contact with the customer. We climbed up the scuttle hole, which I'll flip everything around so you can see that here in a second. If you can see how far up we are. Scared of heights. Yeah, that never works out for me, being scared of heights, and I'm always up on roofs and on ladders and stuff like that, but oh well. Very, very slippery out here today, guys. Make sure you're walking slow. I've about fell twice. I've been on this roof about 5 minutes. It's a thin layer of ice. It's like from all the condensation, it just froze, or do. So, I haven't even made it over the unit. I'm walking right now. I'm gonna go ahead and flip around so you can see what I see. I haven't touched anything yet, so I think I already know the problem. See if you can figure it out. Like I said, I see the problem as soon as I got up on the roof. This is how I came to it. So we know we're sucking 100% outside cold air. We're gonna put these panels on. Looks like we might have to tune this unit up too. I don't even think this unit has power for some reason. Hopefully it didn't get wet and trip something out. So I'm gonna put a meter on this guy and see what we can find out, because I am not seeing any lights or nothing. It's almost like it's shut off. So power is on. No cover on that. We'll have to write that up for a new cover. This unit is old, so we're going to check the heat exchanger on it too. Just because when they start to get this age, we got screws coming out right there. We're going to put some new screws in. I look at stuff like this too, because we're looking for the age of the unit and stuff like this. That kind of looked like an oil spot to me, but once I moved, it kind of didn't, if you've seen that in the video. But I'm just kind of doing a quick once over of the unit, even though we've seen exactly what was going on with it. It's wide open. But we're gonna tear it apart and see if we can find anything else going on with it. Hey, it's got filters. So let's break out our handy dandy meter. Windy up here. All we're doing is we're gonna pull this off so we can check the disconnect. I know some guys don't like these impacts, but I think they're saving me from getting carpal tunnel. So all I'm doing is just pulling the cover off of this. It is chilly up here, that's for sure. Incoming. So all we're doing is we're going to go across all the terminals, one leg at a time. I go to ground to start off with. Okay, we have nothing coming up here. I imagine that's because all they were doing was pumping cold air in. So I'm gonna shut it off. We're gonna go downstairs, find the breaker, come back up, give it a try again. All I did was check from one leg to the other to ground. When I come back up, I'll go across both terminals. It's 3-phase, 208, 230. So we want to make sure we have voltage there. We'll get this panel back on. We'll check the belt. We'll go through and make sure everything's lubed up like it's supposed to be, and we'll check the condition of everything and make sure it cycles properly in heat mode. This is an older unit. I don't think it's quite old enough to start quoting for replacement yet, but once we get into it, check the heat exchanger, maybe we'll see more problems. Alright, so I came downstairs. The breaker, we're messing with RTU number 2. The breaker was tripped. I turned it off all the way, and then I turned it back on to reset it. It was tripped, so we're gonna have to go out and figure out why it was actually tripped. We're gonna take and test some stuff to ground, make sure we don't have a direct short. Once we figure that out, maybe we'll kick it on and see where we go from there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but I mean, this is just a sheet of ice. I have to walk real slow across this roof, and I ain't getting near the edge. So we're getting ready to see why this thing tripped. We reset it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my meter on it and see if there's anything shorted to ground. So when we do that, all we're gonna do, now we should have power back up here too, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this. Sorry about the camera angle. So, see that? I got 201, 202. So we know we got voltage. So I am just gonna go to my bottom ones to ground, but we're gonna change it. Changed it to ohms. I may have said just beep so I could hear it, but and we're going to ground. So nothing went to ground. All right, here goes nothing. I haven't put any of the doors back on or anything like that, but now I'm wanting to come over here and see. We lit up, see if we have any codes. I want to see the blower kick on too, but hey, our inducer draft kick on just like it should. Part of the sequence of the operation. Alright, so it popped up a code. If we come over here, it says 86. So let's see what 86 is. Thermostat input conflict. Heat and cool on demand. Check wiring. Sorry about being so windy. Alright, so this actually has a board on it, and to me, I'm not seeing where it's calling for more than one thing. Even up here, it is calling for air conditioning and heating at the same time. I know it's kind of hard to tell with that. So we're going to figure out why this is telling this to run both. It won't do any good to reset it because I believe it'll just do the same thing over. This has a monitoring company. I could see if they are calling for both heating and cooling, but I doubt they are. I'm sure they're just calling for heating. The space downstairs is cold. It's like probably 66 degrees, 67 degrees. So it should be calling right around that area. So we're gonna go ahead and start checking some of the wiring, and we'll cut back here in a second. All right, everybody. So I put my meter on it. I did have voltage coming up from the control board feeding my Y2. For some reason, we are calling for both heat and cool. So I'm gonna have to call the monitoring service and see why we got a call for heat and cool. If you can't hear, we do have the heat actually running. So we're getting ready to tear apart the heat exchanger. We can see our fans working now. I'm gonna put this cover on, throw some screws in it. I will put new self-tapping screws in. I'll make new holes so this way this doesn't happen again, or at least for a while. So we'll do that. Right now we're pumping cold air in, so I got to get this cover back on. We'll do that. Once we do that, I'll cut back on the heat exchanger. Here's something you don't see every day on the roof. About 5 stores down, there's other people working. Hello, fellow HVAC guys. I'll probably end up trying to get over there and talk to him somehow. Yeah, now we got a lot of air blowing on us, but at least it's very warm air. If you can see, this heat exchanger is almost brand new. I mean, somebody must have just changed this not that long ago. But back to what I was saying about other techs. Man, network, talk to people. Don't point out people's flaws, point out ways you can help. Everybody's learning. Once we stop learning, we're dying. All right, so we got it done. We're good to go. We called, we had the EMS service confirm we're good. We're actually running in heat right now. We checked the heat exchanger, we went through the unit. It's run, they verified it's running, so we're done. Nothing left now but to pack all our stuff up and head back down this roof, pick up our trash. Another repair done. Okay, so on that unit, we did confirm with EMS, it was putting out a call for both of them. Once we reset it, it only called for heat, so there wasn't really much going on with that. Once we put the covers on, the new disconnect cover, they had one in stock, so I went and picked it up. We came back, put it on. It's heating, it's working right. Job complete.